Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be going over how to create your very first Node.js application. If you haven't already, make sure to watch my previous video on how to install Node and Visual Studio Code. And then once you have that, you can come back here and we can get started. The first thing we're going to do is actually create a folder on our desktop titled Hello World. Once we have that folder, we're going to open up Visual Studio Code with Spotlight here and go up to File, Open, and we'll pick that folder we just created on our desktop. This is where we're going to be storing the files for this video we have here. We can close out of this welcome screen and you'll see this open arrow under Hello World. This is the folder we just created. Now, what we want to do here is click this new file icon and we'll type the word hello.js. This is creating our first JavaScript file and you'll see it's stored under the Hello World. So if we go back to our desktop and in this folder we created, we have a new file, hello.js. Inside of this file, we're going to write the simplest program you can do in JavaScript, and that's just logging or printing the words hello world to the console. To do that, we're going to type the word console.log, and then single quotes or double quotes will work. I use single quotes just because they're easier to type and they look cleaner. And we'll type the words hello world. We'll end it with a semicolon and save that file. To run it, we're going to go up to View and choose Terminal. And you'll see this built-in terminal in Visual Studio Code down here. To run the file we just created, we're going to type the keyword node, space, and then the file name, hello.js. When we press Enter, you'll see that the words hello world appear in the console. So all we're doing here is printing the words hello world to the console. If we change this, we can save that and run our program again. And in the terminal, if you press the up arrow key, you can get back to your previously ran commands. Press Enter, the printed word just changed to hello. So that's the most basic program we can write in JavaScript. Now let's take this a step further and write our first function. And a function is just a keyword that lets us name a block of code. And we do that by typing the keyword function, and we will name our function, say, hello. We'll type a pair of parentheses, space, and then an open curly bracket, and enter. Inside of this block of these curly braces is going to be the code that runs whenever this function is called. So this is declaring the function, but it doesn't actually run it. What we will do later is actually call the function to run it. You'll see what I mean in a second here. Let's just take this console log we have, copy it, and we'll paste it down here. When we save it, and let's run our file again, nothing happens. Well, that's because we only declared the function up here. We haven't actually called it or told Node, run this function. We do that by typing our function name and a pair of parentheses and a semicolon. We'll save that, run our function again, and you'll see it prints the word hello to the console. Now to keep things organized here in the console, I'm just going to type the word clear, press enter, and it clears it out for us. But if we change this back to hello world, you'll see, and we save that, you'll see that it'll print the word hello world. So what this is doing is we're telling Node to run this function whenever this file is ran. And it knows what to run because we've declared the function up here. Whenever Node sees this function name being called, it knows to run what's inside of this block that follows the function name. What if we want to give it a name to say hello to someone? Well, we do that with inside these parentheses. We can just type name, and this is going to be a placeholder value. So down in this console.log, we'll still have our word hello and a space, and then we're also going to type outside of the quotes plus name. So if we save that and run it, it'll say hello undefined. Well, undefined is a specific keyword in JavaScript, meaning that it can't find this name. Like, we've told it we're going to give it a name, but when we called the function, we never did. So we'll say hello to Mike by just passing in a quoted string named Mike. If we run this again, we'll see it says hello Mike. And this is where you'll start seeing the power of functions, because we can just use the same function to say hello to multiple people. So if we want to say hello to Alex, we just type that, save our file with Command S, and go down here and run this again. And now we're saying hello to Mike and Alex. So this shows you the power of reusing functions. Before we end this video, I want to show you one more thing, and that's what constants are. Constants are variables in JavaScript that just store a data type. So if we want to const Mike, we can pass it this string of Mike, and then down here, we can just give it this constant we declared called Mike. If we save that, it's going to run the exact same thing. But this allows us to store some type of data that we'll want to reuse later. What this is doing is when we call say hello, it sees we're passing in a keyword Mike. It goes up, it finds what Mike is referenced to, and it sees it's referenced to this string called Mike. So it replaces that keyword with Mike, and then up here, it goes in and replaces those with Mike as well, and that's why you see hello Mike printed to the console. I think that wraps it up for this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And look forward to my next video where we create our own server on our computer. All right, we'll see you.